All right then, back in the Gfinity arena, we are ready for match up 3. This is going to be a beauty because Endpoint need to get a win and then another one, and hopefully results go their way to make it into the playoffs. It is Endpoint taking on Epsilon. Oh, it's just the power.
Wow, juicy fixture right now, man. Endpoint against Epsilon. Epsilon, the surprise last one on this league after a crazy first season.
Yes.
And Endpoint, as Tom said, still having chances. Do you reckon they can take it today?
I hope they do, because I actually do like the team that they had from season 1 going up till now. They've kind of been an in-betweener. I don't mean that like as a joke, but it's like a thing where they can potentially qualify, but they just fall short, but they're not a weak team. They're strong, and hopefully they can prevail here. But look, Epsilon are playing for pride, so they can gatekeep, and as Brick said, we're here to ruin people's day.
Hey, that's, you know, one of the funniest things to do is just gatekeep, like, break people's dreams. And they're like, yeah, I mean, I don't care, man, sorry.
Ulterior motives, man, they're powerful. They're out of the running, but they can definitely ruin someone's day and thwart their process.
An opening with the third Vega player of the day. It's Vega Festival today as Jester takes on Takamura.
Well, he's trying to repeat exactly what Boltstrike was doing in that previous set there, but it didn't work. That command grab wins. Takamura's always ready for command grabs, man. He's brilliant with that. Yeah,
Takamura very active here. It's hard to just catch him this way. Close to corner, we are on 2 stun. Jester trying to wait for the stun to deplete. And the smart use of the V-trigger to just get away of the corner.
Alright, so it's Takamura with the life lead right now. The deficit, not that big. Jester can still come back, but it's harder because he hasn't got the tool set and the explosive damage as Ken does.
Definitely a bit harder. Takamura in control right now, trying to not overcommit. But a good crash counter from Jester, and just like that, gets the life lead back, trying to just capitalize on it. Good one, no conversion.
Wow, good answer. Great space in there from Jester, but he's going to take a combo here all the way to the corner. Good block on the feint.
Oh, what a challenge there. Great one from Jester using the EX roll. Very level so far, both of them on very similar amount of HP right now.
Yeah, they got 1 bar meter as well. Just about to get V-triggered. If he gets it, it can be a very pivotal thing for him.
Yeah, he's looking for that V-skill hit right now. Both of them trying to get that one more hit, trying to be conservative, and Takamura running and grabbing.
Oh, the little walk forward. He waited for Jester to flinch and then get his own grab there. Throw the throw.
Space. What Takamura is about.
Hey man, spacing's intrinsic to Street Fighter.
That's what you need, for sure.
Alright, good game 2 here. Takamura's here to prove a point, man. He hasn't been pulling his weight a lot recently.
Absolutely. That season 2 was not the best for him after such a good season 1, so let's see him getting back on track.
He's up to fine form right now. He's putting in work. Straight to the corner. Good interruption there from Jester Power. He gets command grab. It's set after this as well.
Yeah, Takamura just blocking. Not interested in trying to escape a potential grab.
Oh, crouching fierce. It was a counter hit, but he didn't cancel it. He canceled it into a run. No special. Forward throw, and he gets him now straight to the corner as well. No follow-up. Good block on the feint again from Jester. He's not falling for that.
I really like that Takamura tries to go for it twice, but Jester still aware for that. One more hit needed for him. Gets the back throw right now. Jester looking for that V-trigger to super potentially.
That was a very hasty crouch hard kick there. That could have been punished big from Takamura, but he didn't get the chance.
Yeah, Jester just deciding to escape using his V-reversal now in the corner for him. It's gonna be hard. Still has super.
Wow.
EX flying Barcelona. No capitalization on it though.
It comes out at such speed. It's so rapid, that move on EX.
Yeah, Takamura just waiting.
Next hit wins it for either player here.
Yep.
And they both are very cognizant towards that.
Taking his sweet time. Especially Jester on the life lead. He knows Takamura has to come in. 23 seconds left. And that's gonna be a battle of wits now.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be like Matt said. Players playing with such poise right now. Battle of attrition. Who can hold it out longer than the other one?
Yeah, Takamura looking for that crashing medium. He confirmed, but nothing
10
so
seconds on the
far.
clock.
Jester just waiting 9 seconds. Takamura will need to do something. Great anti-air from Jester.
Yeah,
5 seconds. At this point he won. He just had to wait and does that EX flying Barcelona anyway. Decides to just go for it. Does not want a time over win.
And we know that's in Jester's repertoire. It's like when there's little amount of time left, 30 seconds, maybe less, he will wait out. He's confident in his defense like that.
Yep, that's what you need to do.
One of his traits as a player. Takamura gets first blood again. He's done that 3 times now.
And now Takamura goes for the overhead and gets the mix up this time. Jester will have to be mindful of this
variation. Reversal there, trying to catch a recovery frames like EX Hadouken there. Didn't really get the punishment.
Right, Jester trying to get in, dashing and command grab, good one. He gets the meaty after that.
Good block. It's going to be big. Side switch here. Great awareness there to get the corner. Get that screen positioning. Goes for that meaty.
What a round from Jester so far. Very dominant dash in. Takamura close to the stun. Gets the jump in anyway.
V-reversal. Oh, walked into the... Oh, sorry. V-reversal into the EX.
Oh, no.
It's going to be big for Jester power.
Yeah,
next hit will win it for him.
Dropped anti on Takamura side. Great block. Oh, no. Not sure what Takamura did. Got that second button from the target combo blocked. Not cancelled into anything. No V-trigger. A bit surprised of what happened, really.
Jester, I swear, Jester's always hype and pump. Do you know? He's very humble and he can sometimes be quiet, but when he makes noise, you can hear it. This guy is actually... Tell you, there's a wolf hiding under that mask.
Definitely. But what a game from Jester Power. Very, very conservative and very calm against Takamura's offense. Takamura just failed to find the key to open Jester up, really.
I think you mentioned it before when we opened the analysis desk. I think people are just slowly getting accustomed to how Takamura plays, and that explosive play style is being very figured out. Remember, this guy's unpredictable, but being unpredictable involuntarily shows your limitations as a player. So people are starting to see that. They can adapt on the fly. But again, Takamura, another loss under his belt. It's not good for him as a player. That hurts his pride, man.
It definitely does. But you know, that's the typical progress of a standard player, right? It's like, become good, start to get your breakout victories offline in the big tournaments, start to be good, and then you have this point where everyone catches up to your plan. Because once you get known as a player, people will work specifically to beat you, and Takamura right now, he's definitely that guy that people work against him, and he's having trouble right now overcoming this one. That's one of the hardest hurdles as a top player, but I'm sure Takamura will get over it.
Precisely, but you know, that's going to be that match one done. We're going over to match two right now. JonesArcade, this guy is the hottest Ken, no pun intended, in the UK, if not Europe right now, and he's going up against one of the best Zangiefs I've seen in Street Fighter V. It's been a while since I've seen Brick on the Junior Elite series, but he's back. And he's here to ruin days. I like that objective because I like to do that as well.
Party pooper on Brick's side this time. He's just looking to have fun, get some scoops.
Well, there's less pressure because unfortunately Epsilon are out of the running, but that means more confidence for you in terms of players. Like, okay, I can just go in and don't have that pressure of trying to qualify. I can ruin Endpoint's day. You know, JonesArcade is going to be playing a bit tentative. He might be doing moves of trepidation. It's like, what do I do? And every hit that Brick gets, he's going to panic.
Yes.
So sometimes Brick, all has to do is just sit there and just watch him hang himself. It's brilliant.
Definitely. And Zangief is so good at doing this as well. Let's see the flex coming as JonesArcade, as usual, getting the dapper.
It's going to be America's #1 going up against the red Cyclone. Remember, all eyes are on Endpoint because they need these points. It's imperative for them if they want to get to the playoffs. Epsilon, ruined days. Hashtag ruined days.
Let's see if Brick will be able to deliver today. JonesArcade, confident as ever, obviously.
Oh, wow. Good whip punish there. The stand beating punch from Brick. Good start in the forward head. Forward hard punch as well.
Yep, that's what Brick is about today.
Jones is just walking into everything, but he gets a combo right now. Let's see if he gets started.
Oh, what?
You see what I mean by he's doing moves just haphazardly, and it's losing the game.
All right, let's see that. Brick now, confident position, just waiting for JonesArcade.
Oh,
mistake!
Bad fireball.
What a round from Brick. Every single decision he made was the right one.
Perfect, precise decision making. That man is out to ruin JonesArcade's day.
Let's see what he can do right now.
JonesArcade needs to calm down, assess the situation, not walk into hard punches, but he gets running back right.
Oh my god, what is Brick on? Just showing that if you want to win, close this guy. No EXDP on wake up. JonesArcade trying to get some offense going.
He's got no meter right now. He's got 2 bars. A V-meter, bad fireball again. He's getting very predictable.
Brick jumped twice, and that was 2 times over a fireball.
I think they're the cleanest jumps I've ever seen.
Yes.
All right, he's got a combo in the corner now. He's got to have a very good offensive sequence here. Could be reversal from Brick.
I'm just waiting. Brick knows he doesn't have much to do. He has critical ult as well. Just waiting for JonesArcade to commit to anything right now.
Yeah, but he knows JonesArcade won't move forward because by throwing out the stand meat punch for hard punches, JonesArcade will walk into it. Good answer, the heavy VP.
Vicious jump, decides to go for V-reversal. Oh, command grab anyway.
Bad SPD there from Brick.
Oh no!
Oh, that was a V-reversal. That was a V-reversal.
That was definitely.
I think he wanted to V-reversal. It just came out.
That was definitely a V-reversal, but just transformed into that one. And you can see Keftaroz just validating.
Well, man. He's upset one person today. I want to say, I want to boil that down to a little bit inexperience and bad timing. It's a combination of both, and we know what this means to Endpoint and JonesArcade. Of course, when you lose, you feel you let your team down, but I think Brick just capitalized the fear and the pressure that was on JonesArcade. Ultimately.
Absolutely, a good one from Brick. I mean, solid as ever. Just showing that, you know, we missed him. Missed him for a while. That's why you need Brick in your team.
To upset days, Brick. Yes.
You want someone trustable in your team? That's the man. Brick. But up next, we're going to have Keftaroz against Broski. Dalsim Rashid.
Talk to me.
These guys are going to play twice in a row right now. And I do believe this is the turning point for the set, because as a matchup, Rashid has all the tools to annoy Dalsim. But as a playstyle, Broski has all the tools to annoy Keftaroz. Keftaroz is quite an offensive player. He likes to just constantly be onto you, and he gets frustrated when he stays far from you.
Yes.
Broski being that good at keeping you away, he's just gonna try and play with Keftaroz's feelings and just make Keftaroz just get in a hurry, trying to get in a bit too much and get punished for that.
Going to be a very strong psychological game between the two players. Hopefully, as the match was saying, Broski can take advantage of Keftaroz's lack of patience in this matchup, because that's what it boils down to when you're going up against Dalsim. It's a battle of attrition, showing that you can counter poke his limbs and pick your moments to jump. Rashid can change his jump arc, but you need to see how Dalsim, more or less, how Broski is going to anti-him. He's not going to, he's going to let you in, get more jump hard punches. I mean, if you're going to slide under, you need to change something else, but we need to see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, one of the main things as well is when you do Rashid's dive kick, as unsafe as it is, Dalsim does not have that big of a damage to punish it, so it's not too big of a risk for Keftaroz.
Too right you are. This is Endpoint star player. This is the most composed player on Endpoint, by the way. So he's not going to falter that easily.
Yeah, definitely. And look at this, using all the right normals to try and keep Keftaroz away. Activates V-Trigger straight away.
I respect
goes for the zero.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Good teleport out there from Broski, because he hasn't got a free frame button to challenge that light kick after.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's going to be big. Big damage here from Broski.
Good one. Uses the walk forward to optimize his combo.
That, you know, that was all just meaty pressure. That was a clean streak. I think that was a true streak.
Right, I'll try to sweep. Not a big punish though. Trying
good
punish
there.
Keftaroz with a second V-Trigger, and of course teleport, but a great awareness from Keftaroz now. Trying to get in. He needs to stay in, but what an anti-air from Broski.
This is what I'm talking about. If he jumps in and slides, that jab is going to be ready. But literally, Keftaroz had some really good answer in that first round there. But ultimately, Broski won it. Walks into the EX Yoga Flame.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Keftaroz jumping back, just trying to take his time. No punish on this. Gets this. That is negative, but the teleport back. Yep.
Right by that pressure, good teleport out, and a great answer, great responses here from Keftaroz, literally locking down that teleport.
Yep, the spinning mixer on point, no punish, should have gone for the sweep on this one. Or like crouching fierce to EX.
See, and here he is right now, Broski marching that corner, making sure Keftaroz doesn't get out unless it's via a V-reversal. But he put him back in.
Keftaroz going in, using spinning mixer, trying to counter hits.
Beautiful.
There.
Oh, it stays in front. That sound that didn't work last week, it worked this time round, and he gets the stun. Beautiful round here from Keftaroz.
Gonna be the round, and that's when knowledge comes in key, because in this mix-up, if you do a back roll, Rashid stays in front. If you do a quick rise, Rashid crosses you up.
Yeah, and crouch hard punch is safe anyway.
Yep. So that's the one thing that you need to be mindful. Broski a bit surprised by this mix-up there. And Keftaroz works with
it. Good follow-up there with a heavy spinning mix-up from Keftaroz.
Oh! No conversion though! Wow, jumping fierce.
I think he's taking advantage of the fact that Broski's trying to veer us, so that's why he keeps jumping and going all over the place.
Alright, gonna try to maximize this. No EX available, but still good damage there. Keftaroz close to getting that one round. No.
Good block!
Yeah, good block!
Unlucky with the punish, because that should have punished it. It's a back throw. This is going to look very bleak for Broski, but he can put it back. Sets out the Yoga Burn.
It's party time. Yes, V-reversal, good one from Keftaroz now. Puts himself back in the flames anyway. He just wants that one hit. He gets it. Not sure what Broski tried to do to get through that EX whirlwinds.
I could think of two things. Missed input on the critical art, or he might have tried to do an instant air teleport behind him.
Yep.
But you'd be surprised at how much you can defend when you have no health. I actually respect that defensive sequence there from Broski, but ultimately to no avail. Keftaroz, after losing that first round, great response, perfect answers to the teleport, delayed stand medium punch there to get that counter confirm, and then that set up there. It didn't work last week against anybody, but it definitely worked this week.
Hey, you have to rinse and repeat until it works.
I mean, this generation of fight game players love their set play and their mix-up, so I can agree with that.
Set play is life, and these two are going to stay there and run it back. This is a best of two between these two guys, as Keftaroz will take on Broski again, trying to apply the same game plan. He was successfully able to adapt to Broski's defense, but the question is, what has Broski in his pocket right now?
This is the thing, I was literally just about to ask you that. I mean, his game plan against Rashid, nice fundamental, strong one. Not much went wrong. Try not to be too panicky on defense, especially with the view reversal. It got a bit too obvious in that last couple of seconds there against Keftaroz. Hope they can change it up, be a bit more solid.
Right, opens up with a jump in. Keftaroz not willing to wait, he wants to get in, and Broski looks like he's trying to take a more offensive strategy now.
Looks like it's working, he's taken off 25% already off Rashid's health. Crouch hard punch there.
Good pressure. Ooh.
And this is always what I like to see about players that go up against Rashid. How can you deal with buttons cancelled into whirlwind shot? And do you know which version is being cancelled into? What's your answer?
One of the very important parts of this matchup. Broski getting out of the corner, trying to keep the pressure on.
Wow! He hits that. I think he hits that immediately with that jump hard punch.
Absolutely. Right, guess it stays in front, and the shimmy that
Keftaroz.
not kill what
round.
Keftaroz on fire. What a round from Keftaroz.
We were talking about how this guy has a lack of patience in this matchup, but his plan is just working.
Proving
Exhibiting
everyone
why he is known as Keftaroz.
Proving everyone wrong so far. Keftaroz playing great, gets the EX whirlwind there.
Done it in the first game, he's done it again.
Yeah, and the worst situation to be in for Broski there.
Oh yes, it's a very perilous situation when you get thrown in the corner by Rashid.
Especially as Dalsim, when you don't have a 3-frame, you don't have any XDP, you just have to take it and find a way.
Is that the answer?
Oh, you got it! It is!
Right.
What a reaction and awareness from Keftaroz. Max range super. Rashid can move forward after that to make sure that it hits. One more hit needed from Keftaroz now.
Is that going to be it? Yes, it is. A little walk back for the throw bait. What a great scintillating 2 games there from Keftaroz, literally going against what we were talking about.
Self-applause from Keftaroz. Like, you know, oh, no one's for me.
I'll give him that.
I'll do the job, man. GG's Keftaroz.
What went wrong for Broski? Those are 2 pivotal games, man.
There were, but Keftaroz played so well, especially on this one. He was just able to put Broski in the corner as soon as possible. And then, I mean, when you're in the corner as Dalsim against Rashid, it really depends on what you're gonna try to do to escape the corner. Unfortunately for Broski, that jump V-skill to EX Yoga Flame was not the right choice. Keftaroz was as ready as ever to punish that one and gets 2 points in a row for his team. Great position for Team Epsilon, trying to win another life today.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that's one of the key things about playing Rashid. You have to identify how your opponent's defend themselves, especially against the corner. But you know what? Keftaroz pulled through, got those 2 wins over Broski, the double, as we like to say in the football. But we're going over to matchup 5, a run back of game 1. Jester Power got up against Takamura. What would you want to see from Takamura this time around?
Well, we'll see. I mean, Takamura looked like he was doubting a bit his offense in the first game. I mean, he was just trying to get something going, but not sure how to get it in. Probably forgot his craziness a bit. We've seen Takamura lately trying to be a bit more patient, trying to play a bit more of that conservative Ken playstyle, and he's looking to adapt to this playstyle where he goes ham at times, but he needs to get conservative as well. It's all on him right now to figure out what's the best pace to get in this kind of matchup.
Calculated aggression is what we like to call it, ladies and gents. But I'm definitely going to agree with Damascus here. Takamura is a very intuitive player. He definitely does things on instinct and on the fly, and just try to kind of reword what he said. Players of his caliber who start to kind of think things logically. I'm not disrespecting the player. When he starts thinking logically, he's trying to match his opponent or be on the same wavelength as his opponent. That's when he's lost.
Yep.
You're not doing what you're comfortable doing because that's what was unpredictable about you, and your people or the opponents couldn't catch up with that. Go back to your play style. What was so good about Takamura in Season 1? Bring it back for us in Season 2. Need to see that Takamura win here.
Yep, he's looking to get back to his pace.
Yeah, he took a deep breath there.
And he's going to have to take on Jester again to potentially get Epsilon their first win of Season 2.
Yes, that's actually a very good point as well. But they've got a nice lead in terms of score, 3-1. And he's got Jester Power in the corner again. You're going to see this quite a lot in this matchup.
Yeah, good position, but Jester Power using Flying Barcelona straight away to get out.
Good answer, the crouching hard punch. But if Takamura did press the button, he would have got crouch counted. So that's the beauty of that button there. Dash up, come on, grab again.
Jester Power now in control, trying to wait for Takamura's next offense. Takamura looking for the opening, and again, great way to check the dash from Jester Power.
All right, V trigger, combo straight to the corner. I go for a self instead. And he goes to the overhead anyway. All right, good stuff there. Nearly dead. What's it going to be? Wow. Crouch jab, and he's escaped the corner. I respect it. Need that space. Got the screen to work with. That's -2. Good block. Oh! Oh, very close.
Oh! EX, fireball at this range. Takamura, what are you on?
Such a brazen EX fireball. I mean, look, whether you hook it or crook it, get the win.
That's Takamura for you, man. He is really good at just choosing the option you expect the least.
I feel Jester needs to kind of calm down. He gets crushed cannons in the corner again. Remember, this is match point here for Team Epsilon.
Yeah, but Jester now with the EX flying Barcelona gets the corner pressure, but a back throw, loses corner position. No life lead yet for him as well.
Looks like you've done Takamura a very big favor here by throwing him out back to mid-screen.
Definitely Takamura trying to get back in, dash in.
I feel that Jester Power's it's kind of hard to keep up with what Takamura is pressing, and then when he wants to press something, crush counter, Stan Haki comes out and hits the crush counter. So that puts him in a bad situation.
A good anti-air from Takamura trying to get the ship.
Whoa, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be really big. And the drop combo there from Jester Power. That could have been so pivotal for him.
Bad drop from Jester Power there.
All right, this is gonna be big. Takes it to the corner, ends the Tatsu. Oh, sorry, Shoryuken.
Oh, no, got something. He needs that one more hit. Takamura trying to keep the pressure on.
Oh, 2 fireballs in his face. The audacious fireballs from Takamura, getting back to winning ways.
Hitting his stride again, playing his trademark offensive style there. And Jester as well, I mean, as much as we mentioned Takamura trying to switch from offensive style to more patient, Jester has the exact opposite dilemma. He's a very conservative player trying to look for his ways to transition into a bit more offensive and threatening. So a great opposition of styles on this one. It will remain 1-1 between these two guys, but Takamura gets the win for his team.
Polar opposites of these two players. I gotta say, those last 2 fireballs, despite them being in Jester Power's face, they were actually, I think they were perfectly spaced fireballs. Because if he jumped, I think Takamura could have blocked in time if it was a cross-up. And even if he tried to jump forward, he might have been clipped by a fireball.
He needed to do a random EX roll, which is not something you do in the corner as
in the first round.
Yeah, but not in the corner as Claw when Crane is pressuring you.
I mean, it was unfortunate. And that was a very quick, kind of emphatic win there. And look, Epsilon came out to do exactly what Brick said in the interview. Come to upset days, and they've thwarted Endpoint's process in terms of qualifying or going to the playoffs.
Absolutely, just jeopardizing chances. This is the day today for teams to just ruin dreams on other teams. The day is ruined again, ruined from Envious and ruined from Endpoint. Tom, how is your day, though?
Is your day ended?
I mean, look, you know what? Broken dreams is something that is happening, and breaking up people's happy days is definitely what Epsilon just did there, a 4-1 victory over Endpoint. I'll tell you what, Zangief came, he saw, he conquered, and we can then welcome Brick right down here. Come on, Brick! Well, there you go. 1 match for Brick and 1 victory, but most importantly, a 4-1 victory against Endpoint. Why has that not happened week in, week out?
I mean, our opponents play good. Someone has to lose, you know. We've always kept a good mentality. We haven't let the losses get to us. But sometimes, you know, things just turn out in the bitter end, you know.
Yeah, of course. But, I mean, you took on JonesArcade, a guy who's been struggling for form, and you got the victory. How did you find that little matchup tonight?
I just played like 20-something matches against Takamura before that, so I was pretty warmed up against Ken.
One thing I noticed you were doing a lot is you were jumping over the fireballs super clean. Did you just have a good read on those, or did you?
Yeah, I mean it's you know it's not psychic. I mean it kind of is psychic, but it's not a complete read. I just do it.
Yeah, you just. I mean it worked out for you like 3 times, I believe, which is massive for Zangief.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it, but it worked.
You just knew, yeah.
There was one point during the last round, I think, when
right there.
Yeah. I kind of gave it away during the second round, let him DP me and get him in the corner.
Okay.
That was a little bit risky.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Have you guys struggled in terms of choosing? Because coming into season 2, I thought you guys had a really decent roster, and I'm surprised that you guys are down there. So have you struggled with the fact that you've got like Link XL, what 3 that you put up to the plate? Has that been an issue?
I mean, yeah, I'm still feeling very confident about our lineup. It's just some of our members aren't used to the first to one format. It's a new experience from like Link Excello. I mean, he's a really, really good player. He won the Sawi event like a few months ago or something. And that tells you a lot about how good he is. But for some reason, he just hasn't been able to bring it to the first to one format so far. But for the next season, if our roster remains the same, we'll for sure have a better chance.
I mean, that's what seemed to have happened. You know, you didn't have the consistency of a lineup. It's changed a little bit. Takamura seems to play better when he's with his brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And you complement that. But listen, you got the first win. That's a start. We build on our run for Epsilon going into next week and then season 3. Am I right?
Definitely a morale boost, but I think we're out, but we're going to try our best anyways. And
I can confirm you're definitely out.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Britt, but a win, it builds up, and then we take that on to season 3.
Exactly. Season 3, that's what it's all about.
That's my boy. All right, listen, Ariel is right now with a man we sort of feared with Dalsim, but Broski, what happened?
Well, I mean, he's just asked the question for me. What happened?
I got destroyed.
Ah, well, I'm glad you admitted that.
Yeah, I mean, all credit to Keftaroz. He's definitely studied the matchup, and he was playing it completely differently to the last time we played.
Yeah. I mean, he really came in with some strong moves at the end there. He really knew how to just go up against Dalsim, didn't he?
Pretty much. Like, the round started, I was in the corner in half a second, and then I couldn't get out, and it was over.
So if you'd won that and XL won at the end of the show, then it would have been a playoff decider next week. Obviously, you've not won that. You need to win next week. But if you do win next week, it's basically still up to the other teams right now. So it's out of your hands. How does that feel?
Well, obviously, I prefer if we had full control over the outcome. But like the fact that we still have a chance just means that we have to just push for it as hard as possible.
Yeah. Do you know who you've got next week?
XL.
Okay. Obviously, quite a strong matchup. Although you'd say that in Series 1, not had the best season now. Do you think that's going to be a hard match for you guys next week?
It's definitely going to be tough. Definitely got to put in the practice, but we can definitely do it.
Okay, I like this. Positivity is good energy. How do you go away from this defeat and then come back to something next week when there's going to be so much pressure on you winning that?
It's just practice. Nothing else you can do, really. Just got to put the hours in.
Okay. Well, I mean, I want to say good luck. I feel like go and get over tonight. It's a bit of a shaky off situation.
Yep.
And then come back, and then we will be watching all of the teams to know exactly where you end up being and if you're going to make it to the playoffs next week. Back to you, Tom.
I promise my sister, Ariel, I will not take your questions ever again before you interview Broski. I promise. I promise I won't do it. I promise. Listen, there you have it. Let's have a look at the results from tonight. We've had 3 matches already.
4-1.
Prophecy getting that 4-2 victory against Method. MV. Oh, what? They lost to... they got a 4-3 loss to Reason. Then you got Endpoint against Epsilon. The roof came off during that matchup too. So we have still 1 match on the way. Team Infuse. If they get that win tonight, that will mean that they are confirmed for a playoff space. But with Team Envy, because it went down to a 5... I can't even think the numbers. It was a best of 7. Because they got that 4-3 result, they get a point.
Yeah.
So they didn't win it, but they get that point, which means they are now guaranteed of a playoff spot, which is quite interesting. Go on, say that.
I'm a bit confused. The only reason why I say that is because, say, if, for example, XL win this, right, and go up to 11, and then they win again next week and Envious lose, they'll both be on 14 points. So. Is it with the way that Envious have won so many games? I'm throwing you on the spot here, Tom.
You're throwing me on the spot, and that's a moment where everybody talking in my ear goes very quiet. But I will answer it for you in the next bit of the show. Listen, I will definitely confirm that as best we can. Basically, just because of the matchups, and if you've competed against that team before, then standings happen. But I will confirm that. But it was never really in doubt, was it, Britt? Because you beat Endpoint last season, season 1. So, you know. You're definitely going to get that first win. Yeah,
I mean, we were pretty lucky with the matchups as well. We got our best matchup against Dalsim.
You weren't lucky.
I mean, Broski is undisputably like the MVP of the team. Yeah. So he was always going to be a problem, but Keftaroz pulled it through, man. Yeah, and we move on to the last match of the day, Team Infuse versus XL. XL need to win this, and then they need to beat Endpoint, who you've just played next week, to guarantee that spot in the playoffs. Who would you put your Swedish kroners on? I can't say for sure.
Come on, bro.
Say one.
Come on.
I'm going to say Endpoint. Yeah, Endpoint.
Okay, but all right, fair enough. There we go. Listen, well, we've had 3 matches. It has been pretty epic. What a night we are having. We've seen Prophecy advance to the playoffs, Reason defy logic and beat Envy, and Epsilon recorded their first win of the season. You're right, it's a fist. Little bump there next to me. We're just going to go off air right now, but we haven't done yet with the proceedings. At 9 o'clock, Infuse get their chance to grab a playoff place when they take on reigning champions Excel. So, we'll see you at 9 o'clock. Bye for now.